And what is up, guys? Welcome back to Acceleracers Hub for another video. Hope you're all having an absolutely awesome Monday. Today it is finally time for another collection review video. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but we have two pretty cool collections to take a look at today. So the first collection we're going to be taking a look at today belongs to one of the most prominent members in the Acceleracers Highway 35 community, which is JayCee Squared. And I'm sure almost all of you guys are already subscribed to him, but if you're not, definitely go drop him a sub. He's got tons of cool Acceleracers and Highway 35 content on his channel. But he is the first collection that we're going to be taking a look at today. So to kick things off, we have a bunch of loose mint Acceleracers cars, including some pretty rare ones. We have in the front, I see high voltage, baseline. We have orange wing synchro. I see the Ariate motorcycle, and then we've got an Excel charged pile driver. I see a strip metal iridium, a technetium, and then in the back with the drones, we have some pretty rare ones. We've got a drone flathead Fury. We've got an RD09 and an RD05. Definitely a sweet array of cars. And rolling on, we have a bunch of Acceleracers Hyperpods, including the DLX Climber Hyperpod on the left. We have the Dual Driller Hyperpod and the Slam Ram Hyperpod in the middle. And then we have the DLX Rocket Socket or Dragster Hyperpod, as it is also known, with a power rage in it. And that is the only acceptable way to keep your Rocket Socket Hyperpod. It's got to have a power rage in it, just like in the water realm. And of course, no collection would be complete without a whole pile of Deora II recolors. There's also a bunch of Acceleracers recolors in the back. I see Excellium and a couple jackhammers right off the top of my head. But check out all these Deora IIs. There's at least, 10 or 12 of them in here, including the Wave Rippers Deora II front and center. And then we have another awesome assortment of Hot Wheels, including a bunch of Acceleracers recolors right off the top of my head. I see a Power Pipes, I see Crazy Eights, I see Slingshot. There's definitely some super sweet cars in here. And then moving on, we have a bunch of loose mint Highway 35 cars, including a bunch of the rarest ones in the set, actually. I see Muscle Tone, I see the Road Beast's Power Rocket, the Road Beast's Vulture, I see Road Rocket in the back left, and then it looks like 24/7 is in the back middle as well, and I see a split window Vet from the Scorchers team in the back right. Definitely some pretty rare cars in here. And then rolling on, we have a whole bunch of carded Highway 35 cars. This is quite the collection of cars here, including in the front, we can see the Roadrunner, we can see Switchback, Wild Thing, and Slingshot. And then loose in front, we have Backdraft and Power Pipes. And then I could be wrong, but in the middle, I think that is an Atomics Power Pipes. I'm not 100% sure. You might have to correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. And then, of course, we have the zoomed out view of the collection. Great setup here. We've got the World Race Highway 35 cars on the right. We've got all the Accelerator stuff on the left. There's also a bunch of other Hot Wheels in here that I don't know a ton about, unfortunately. But I see a bunch of Mach 5s and recolors as well. And then in the middle, of course, we have the Acceleracers movies, and I see a bunch of Hot Wheels video games as well. And then we have a bunch of Acceleracers trading cards and a t-shirt signed by Nathan Prock. I'm not 100% sure how to say his last name, but I know he was the head of Hot Wheels design for a while, and he actually came up with the design for the Deora II. And then to wrap up JayCee's collection, we are going to take a closer look at these trading cards, and there's actually a bunch of rare cards in here. Right off the top of my head, I see the Reactor Realm, the Cybergrid Realm, the Storm Realm, the Fog Realm. Then we got a couple foils like Torqued Spinebuster and Home Track Advantage as well. There's definitely a bunch of pretty expensive cards these days in here. So huge shout out once again to JayCee for letting us review his collection on the channel. And now for the second collection we're going to be reviewing today, it's only right to follow up JayCee, who cosplays as Vert Wheeler, with a massive Deora II collection that belongs to a member of the community named Jeff. He has, I believe, one of the most extensive 1/64 scale Deora II collections out there. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. And here we go, guys, with the Deora II Shrine. Look at all of these Deora IIs. And from what I understand, this is every single 1/64 scale Deora II that has ever been made, including two custom ones that were found on eBay. As you can see down in the middle on the left at the bottom, we have a Teku Deora II that was made by Randy, and then there is a fire truck custom Deora II that was also found on eBay. The only thing missing out of this collection, I believe, is the two on the right middle with the snakes are supposed to have green surfboards. But just look at all these Deora IIs, guys. I had no idea that this model was used so many times. Some of these are actually really sick paint jobs. Obviously, I'm partial to that Teku Deora II down in the bottom right. But the one on the third row on the left, the purple one, that one I think is definitely one of the sicker looking ones that I've seen out of all of them. And we move over to the right, and here's another 20 Deora IIs. As you can see, the two in the middle, the orange ones with snakes, those are supposed to have green surfboards on them. But other than that, this is a full collection. And I've got to say that American flag style one up in the top right, that has to be one of the coolest models that I've ever seen. That is sweet. And then moving on to some carded Deora 2s, we have the Zamac Deora 2 that obviously is 1 out of 2,000. And then we have 2 Hall of Fame event Deora 2s. I believe one was from November 11th, 2003 on the right. Yeah, you can see it on the box. And the one in the middle was from October 5th, 2003. And then moving on, we have a bunch of Toy Fair Deora 2s. It's funny, I actually had no idea that there were more than one of these. Like most of you guys know, I got the Highway 35 Toy Fair one not too long ago, but I had no idea that there were 2 other ones. And the one in the middle is super sweet. I love the paint job on it. And then I asked Jeff to tell me, what the 5 most difficult Deora 2s were for him to find, or the 5 that took him the longest. And coming in at number 1 was this Zamac Deora 2. As you guys know, it is 1 out of 2,000, so it is a limited run. But 2,000 is still a lot, though. There's a lot of these out there. The problem is most people probably don't want to break up a whole set just to sell one Deora 2. And then next up, we have this black mystery model Deora 2 from 2014. He said this was the second toughest one for him to find. It was only a European release, and he bought it from a guy in Estonia. Next up was this Hall of Fame Chrome Deora 2 from October 30th, 2003. He said this was the 3rd toughest one for him to find. And then coming in 4th was this Hall of Fame Deora 2 from November 11th, 2003. And as you can see clearly on the packaging, this is number 443 out of 600, so it is a very, very limited run. And then the 5th toughest one for him to find was this 2005 Dual Cool 5-pack Metal Silver Flake Deora 2. That's a heck of a name on it, but that was one of the other most difficult ones for him to find. So huge shout out to Jeff and JayCee for letting us review their collections on the channel today. You guys are awesome. And if any of you guys that are watching this want to get your collection featured on the Acceleracers Sub YouTube channel, I'm going to leave my email down in the description of the video. Feel free to email me photos of your collection and we'll squeeze you into the next collection review video. But for now, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Hopefully you all enjoyed seeing these 2 pretty sweet collections. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button for me and subscribe to the Acceleracers Hub for more cool Acceleracers content. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.